Welcome back, sports fans. Today we are playing, well, not playing, but we are reviewing a match submitted here by Iceblade uh, from, what, a week or two ago? So, kind of had a partial week because everyone was ahead of the game this past week, and it was the end of the round. It's not really a whole lot to come through. So we went ahead and cracked this open from a bit ago. He's playing against Sammy EQC, who is new to the league, but seems to be dominating here with Dwarves, much in the same fashion that Tea slash Ted LaRasse did last season. So, I believe Iceplade's not. I know he normally plays things like Necro and High Elves, those more faster flex teams, so moving into a bit more of a brawly team, so, like Orks, can be a bit of a shift change, but seems to be doing well. I think he placed upper middle of the pack for the round, so. But we'll go ahead and take a look at this match, see what is going on. So, go ahead and take a look at the development here. It's got block on a lineman, the other one's got nothing. That one's got nothing. But he has a thrower that's got block. Block's always nice to have on a thrower. The other skill that you really want to look for is kickoff return. But depending upon what all you know you're playing against, kickoff return can of course be postponed if you don't have a lot of speedy teams to worry about. But if your division is filled with like elves and Skaven and whatnot, it's definitely a nice skill to pick up so you can get under the ball, eliminate your chances of stealing it from you, and get caged up super quickly. So, I know there's a lot of people that are of the school of never a thrower on an orc team. And I think that, well, yeah, blitzers are fine. They have block, they have a higher movement and higher armor. I kind of want my blitzers out there, brawling, hitting stuff, blitzing. So if they don't have to be dedicated to carrying the ball, so much better. I also like having sure hands to start with. And while you don't have any starting pass targets, you can definitely build into that. As you can see looking over at Wolfhell, where he's got a phenomenal thrower that he's developing. You can pick up goblins. They can take things like catch on normals, so then you can have a bit of an orc passing game. But even so, things like leader are solid skills to go ahead and pick up because they have 60k rerolls. So saving a little bit of TV from that, a little bit of money. But like I said, to each your own. For his blitzers, not a whole lot of development there. That's the bigger thing. Is that it's nice that the lineman's got block, but you really need to get your biggins, well, not biggins, your bogs and your blitzers skilled up. That one's close. Looks like he's got an MVP on him. He's got casually. He's got a touchdown. Very nice. And this one's well on his way. He's got guard. That's a very nice skill to go ahead and pick up. Mighty Blow's the other one, just so you can trade blitzes efficiently. So, but considering that the Bobs have not leveled up to go ahead and pick up guard on themselves yet, it's solid enough to go and grab. So on the Bobs, nothing on him. He's a casualty away from pulling it off, and nothing on him. This one's also a casualty away from leveling, which having a block guard will be nice to help support the others. So, yeah. We wanna. There we go. Thank you for displaying the skills again. So looking at the dwarves here, he's got a couple guard. It's definitely gonna help out in this match. AG4 Blitzer and a couple block runners. Like I'm not a huge fan of double block runners. One block runner, of course, but a second one I really like as a free safety. Get your wrestle, get your tackle. Um, so things like that going on the second runner. Just because dwarves are so short supply of movement pieces. But, you know, block at least keeps them upright, helps protect that squishy little AV8 squishy. So, but the dwarves do not have a bench. It's pretty big. Means that if the orcs wanted to, they could go out and start fouling, which is probably the only way they'll get removals. Anything resembling reliability. Who won the coin toss? So Smash is elected to kick, so he's going to be setting up on defense here first. Not a bad strategy. So if you can hold the dwarves, then you really make them sweat that second half. So the dwarves that are another team where they feel more comfortable kicking first. So yeah. So Sammy's got the thing. Any other inducements going on? We got Bloodweiser Bay for the Orks. So don't know if that'll ever come up. It kind of makes up for the fact that the dwarves have Thick Skull on their side. So this should be a slugfest all around. I'm not a fan of putting the bobs up front. Dwarves have guard already. They've got their two Troll Slayers. So immediately, if you set up Troll Slayer, guard, fill it if you want, guard, Troll Slayer, you have one of your guards stirred up, I'm blanking all over the place. Sorry. You have a Troll Slayer in the middle, and he starts pushing out the side. You've got your guard to make sure that you're guaranteed 2 dice all the way. And once you frenzy out one guy, the other 2 are easy peasy to go ahead and tear apart as well. So your strength up isn't really a great thing here. If anything, you would want to set them up one off the line. That way you punish any frenzy with your strength 4 to punch him in the face, and stop the dwarves from really following up, which they kind of need to do in order to make progress. So this is what linemen are for. You know, they're meant to go on the line. One of them's got block, which is all fine and dandy, but throw them on the line. That's what they're here for. So you don't really have to worry about covering the wide zones, just because dwarves don't move that quickly. If they do want to shotgun down a side, they'll get to about here with a cage. It can kind of, depending upon how their blitzes go, be a bit difficult to try to wrap around because you're only movement 6. But if you set up this smiley sufficiently far back, you should have plenty of movement and the ability to come over and start forming the wall. So the other thing is that if they shoot down one of the wide zones, then they're on the wrong side to try to abuse their frenzy and look for serfs, which is ultimately going to be a good thing for the orcs. So yeah, this setup here is a bit too middle of the road. If you're going to set up like this, you need to be 1 square back at the very least, just to make sure that you've got plenty of movement to come over and form the defense if he runs down this wide zone. You're not close enough to try to punish any follow-ups that he's going to do from the line of scrimmage. So... quick snap. So it's a good thing he didn't get set up overly aggressive, because then the Dwarves could have probably knocked down this whole team here on turn 1. But that's always the chance you take when you take an aggressive stance. But alright. I was surprised they went through the owner up front. Okay, Armor 9 doing its job. What? He's doing nothing here. Very interesting movements here coming from the Dwarf team. Okay, he's got the ball. Start running back. Alright. So the Dwarves didn't make a whole lot of progress. They didn't really do anything with the wide zones. That's not unexpected. This Longbeard should not have followed up at all, because now Iceblade's got a free block here that you shouldn't have. The real question is what do you do with these two black books? This one's kind of pinned, but you know, you easily could have blitzed your way out, try to start cutting off these two guys. He's already started positioning. You know, that's half of his agility over on one side here. He's got the AG4 here, but not as much protection for him. You know, he's kind of middle of the field there. So this one, I don't mind standing upright. You know, yeah, he's probably just going to get punched again by the Troll Slayer. But hey, what you gonna do when you're an orc? So, the big thing to watch out in this matchup is see if you can eliminate either guard or dauntless. Because if you can eliminate those threats, then you have control over the majority of blocks. So yes, he still has the block skill more often than you do, but you're already looking at, you've got 7 players on your team with block, so that's not a whole lot where he's got it over you. So block makes up for a lot, but when you both have it, it doesn't do enough. So what I would like to have seen instead is for this guy to, like I said, either come in and mark this Troll Slayer with like a lineman, and have this Blackwork blitz his way out and start creating a wall here, or mark this Longbeard and have this Blackwork blitz this Troll Slayer. You maybe you push him here, you've got a second hit from the blitzer, and you can push him there, and you've got more blocks to follow that up. And just take a shot so you need to, punch the Troll Slayer, and once he's down on the ground, like I said, you've got a spare player, go and foul him. You don't have a dirty player, it's a bit early in the game, but you know, if you manage to get rid of this piece, it's going to greatly diminish how much they can brawl with you. So, I don't like this movement here because you've given him a very favorable block here. So, again, Dauntless, and he's got a guard piece here. This piece is already tied up. He doesn't even have to burn an action to do that. So, this piece is effectively doing nothing. You know, if you had moved him here, then at least he's stopping the guard from moving around. You know, he can try to squeeze someone here, but with both his Troll Slayers currently occupied, means he's not going to be able to free up that guard at all. Okay, moving an Orc around for a bit of a threat. Not the worst play in the world. So, again, this Blitzer here isn't really doing anything. The Black Orc was already tying up this piece. He moved into guard to help support it. That's all fine and dandy. This Blitzer will have been fine here or here, just covering these tackle zones, making sure that he couldn't come and get a solid block on your guard piece himself. But let's see what else he does here. I don't mind this. This is really good because it means that when the Troll Slayer throws the block, the 2-die block here with his Dauntless, he's going to have, if he only rolls a push, he's going to frenzy up, and it's going to be a 1-die if he gets the Dauntless off. So, now he's setting up a bit of a frenzy trap. I like that quite a bit. That solidifies the trap. Now, I don't like this splits. So, this splits completely, it points out the fact that this was a pointless move. Because you already had the guard assist, so you had the 2-die blitz. This guy is now occupying nothing. Your guard's now occupying nothing. You know, he's got a mark on the Troll Slayer, but so what? He was already marked by 2 of your Bobs. You know, my question is why are you throwing blitzes before you throw your basic blocks? I mean, this is your 1-block Black Orc. So, why is he not throwing a block, seeing what you can do, and get yourself access to one of these more juicier targets, either the Troll Slayer or the AG4? So, I don't mind that. If you're going to follow up, you did the right thing. You moved Pretzels up. So that way you block off any of these assists. He's got a 1-die off of here, but you know, 1-die is not great when you're looking at hitting a Black Orc block. So let's see what the Dwarves do here. Marks the pressure piece. Runs the ball towards your Blitzer. Interesting choice there. I guess you've got a bunch of Blitzers over here. Okay. Goes for a 1-die block on the non-block piece. So that frees up for there. Nice. Alright, and now he's freed up Troll Slayer to go ahead and blitz here. Push towards the ball. Push towards the ball. Alright. So some of the good, like I said, some of that good positioning definitely made him have to take blocks he would rather not. bunch of 1-dies were needed to make some of that happen. And in the end, eventually, he ended up burning a reroll and sculling out. So, now you're in an excellent position. You've got a guy next to the ball carrier. Your job now is to make that happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 GFI to either of these spaces helps mark up this Troll Slayer, makes this into a 1-die. I've got alignment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go, go. You know, or if this Black Orc is able to push him here, and this one is able to push him there, can run a Blitzer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still looking at 2 GFIs to get the assist. Not too bad. You've got 3 rerolls, so do this as safely as possible. So through the block there with a block piece. Go ahead and mark up the Blitzer. Very nice. This was a bit of a bad move for a couple of reasons. One, like I said, this is the piece you need to come around here and mark up the Troll Slayer as assisting ball carrier. And 2, if you're going to throw this block, don't leave guard, pieces unmarked. There's no reason they had to go there. If you're knocking him down, put him here. That way you know he's not going anywhere. He's tied up immediately with this Black Orc that's already acted. So you know that Black Orc doesn't have to go anywhere else. So that's the best case scenario, is that any one of his guard pieces is locked down 1-to-1 with one of your pieces. It means he's not using his skill. Are we sure we're watching an Iceblade game and not a Wolfhound game? Because it seems to be blocks for the sake of blocks. This guard piece should have been the one to come wrap around here and tuck himself right there next to the ball, making sure this Blitzer's not going anywhere. Why? Why are you putting him here? Why would you not keep him next to your Black Orc? Your Black Orc's job is to tie shit up. So you hit him here, make sure he's not running anywhere, and then you go over here. Then you're a full square away from him, so he's not going to be messing up with your Blitzer, applying pressure on the ball carrier. Why are you hitting the Troll Slayer? Why would you hit the Troll Slayer and not the runner? If you hit the runner and you push him there, he's separated from the rest of his team by your wall of Orks here. So instead, now he's got the option to move this Troll Slayer out of the way because he's unmarked now, and he can do a 3+ dodge and start running away and rejoining the rest of his team. He can just cage up right here and do dwarf things. So even if you roll the push and he goes here, like I said, he's either spending all his movement just to get back here, or he's going to have to run down here, and again, he's cut off from all of his support. So it's not like the Troll Slayer is an easier target. They both have block, they both have thick skull, they both have armor 8. So he made a dodge they shouldn't have known to make. And he's running away with the ball. So, a couple of things here. Normally, it wouldn't be a problem to go and stand him up, but given the proximity to the ball and where the play is, I hold off and think about it for a little bit. Obviously, this doesn't replays delete all inaction time, so. But where are your tools here? So, ideally, this lineman throws the 2-eye block here on this Troll Slayer. If you get the knockdown here, it gives you a couple options. Because now this black work can throw a block here and suddenly free up a guard piece. So, even if the black work just pushes there, that allows this guard piece to start migrating over here. Even if he gets to here, allows this blitzer to throw a block, and then free up this black work to move a square and at least tie up the loner. Gives you something. So, the runner here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, yeah, bit of a riskier play to go ahead and do the dodge and GFI to get to here, and then have this black work come in and do the surf blitz. So, not sure that's the better move or not. It certainly would reap a lot of benefits. Game of a runner freeing up the ball, but you're looking at 3+ and 3 GFIs in total. But you're just looking for pushes there. So, 1, 2 dice. And you're pinning in the second runner from going anywhere. So it really limits what you can do with the ball. This piece. 4, 5, go. So instead of doing a dodge here, he could potentially move around the corner. But again, you gotta block this guy. Which is doable. Means the guard's not going anywhere. He throws that block, and then you've got the black work to throw a block to follow up, just to make sure that pushes are enough to get rid of him. So, these two pieces can make the play. What do we do here? He throws the guard block. And then you might as well follow that up. Right? The only value I see in staying here is that it gives you the 2-die block on the Troll Slayer. If you follow up, I guess it doesn't do a whole lot to follow up given the black work. This is fine. Alright. Now, this block just cut you off. You didn't need to do this block. It didn't accomplish anything, and it now has actively blocked you, because now he doesn't have the wraparound. Now he's got to make a dodge if he wants to get back there. So. Solid stun. Now this is one where you know you've got the stun, so you don't have to worry about the Troll Slayer. I would have been fine moving the black work here. Yeah, it puts you next to the guard, but it gives your black work options next turn, depending upon what the Dwarves are actually able to accomplish. Instead, now it's just a lone assist. kind of limited in what you can do there. Again, why are we blocking the person next to the ball carrier instead of the ball carrier itself? I just don't understand that. That's twice now. And it's only turn 3. So why'd you throw this one die block, but not this one die block? I don't understand that. So the black orc is at least stopping progression of the ball a little bit. There's another one die skull. It's gonna run away. AG2 or 4 being extra annoying. Alright, you failed a GFR. Alright, well, you know what you've got to do. You've got to blitz this ball carrier here. And honestly, you've got tools to do it. This lineman stands up, he cancels out this runner. If this black orc punches here, even if you get a push, that's all you need. And if this black orc punches there, you know, and gets a push, you've freed up a blitzer. Which is better because you want to have the lineman assist and the blitzer come around and blitz him backwards. So that's a relatively easy play. That's a 2 die block looking for push, 2 die block looking for push, and then a 2 die blitz. Easy peasy. So this blitzer can go ahead and move around some wherever he's needed. This black orc isn't going to go anywhere. Go ahead and stand him up. Yeah, you've got 2 blitzers actually. They're completely open to doing whatever. So yeah, it should be a relatively easy turn. Good job. Again, would have rather see the guard put here. Solid knockout, that's pretty huge. I don't like this placement of the alignment. So, if the blitzer goes and blitzes, where are you? What's the angle that you're looking for? If you come in here, you're not eliminating any progress, and you only have one person tagging the ball. If you come in from here, well, you can at least push him back, but again, you're down to one person tagging the ball. That's an easy 1 die blitz. This guy can potentially come over and help. This guy can potentially come over and help. You know, the line work again needs to be here. And I don't care if the blitzer comes in from this angle and blitzes here. I don't care if the blitzer comes in from this square and blitzes in and pushes him into the crowd, which is probably the better pick now. You just eliminated his ultimate AG piece. You had 2 free blitzers in case the ball got tossed in down here. You know, if it gets tossed in over here, well, his runners are way over here, and you'll have Orks in the way. Yeah, he's got his blitzer here, but it's on the ground. It's not going to move far catch up to it. So, pushing into the crowd's got at least one good possibility, and you know, two not great but not terrible. So, as opposed to if you go 1, 2, 3, 4 for the hit, and you push, then what? Do you try to wrap back around and pin it? Well, again, we're back into the situation of can he pull off a chain push and free himself out of there? You know, if you manage to pop the ball free and the ball bounces out here, well, that's just as close to his blitzer as the throw-in would have been. So, like I said, we'll see what his line of thinking is. Okay, so he's going for a blitz that is going to take him into an angle. And again, moves away from the lineman. It'll go. The ball can potentially go out of bounds. And you just moved your two free players that, if the ball goes down here, would be able to recover it, and then you're up a point. Because all he's got back here is a Troll Slayer. You get the POW that you're looking for? Okay, ball stays in. Not a bad bounce screen. Not the greatest bounce screen, but not bad. Seriously doing nothing else? So you do that blitz. You're not going to throw this block? Okay, at least there was this too, right? Alright. I guess this is the worst block to leave standing. You know, it keeps the guard isolated. So, absolutely fine if you don't throw a one-die block. So, alright, fine. We'll let it go. It's a bit of a switch of tactics from what we've seen so far. Again, moving that guard piece here when he should have been here, not doing his job. Now he's doing an excellent job. Again, now he's only got the one piece that he needs to shove off before he goes and recovers the ball. So, again, this guy should have been here. That would have been a one-die blitz then. Bunch of one-die skull into one-die skull. It's happened a lot, it's just not happening anywhere that matters. Alright, so how do you save this play? Well, honestly, this lineman's going to have to make the big play. That or you're looking at dodges. Which is never a good position to be in when you're at Orks. So, you can potentially free up this blitzer and run the blitzer downfield. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1 GFI. That's not bad. It's not a bad position to be there. The first things first, you gotta hit that runner. Excellent. Got the runner off. Follow that up, please. Okay. Okay, yeah, you've got these blocks, but they're not priority. Get your priority stuff done first at this point. Especially because they're not super risky priority. This block should absolutely have been something that happens next, because you need to get this blitzer downfield. again, this doesn't matter. There you go. There's the push you need. Now run, bitch, run. I understand he's got block, but you're looking at another GFI in order to make that blitz happen. I would rather you... I personally would rather see the markup and the blitz come from here. So, that way you can... Because he was, what, here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you get the push, then you've got a nice corner tag here, and you know he's not going to be able to dodge out back here. That wasn't even the blitz? What are you doing? He doesn't have rerolls, but it's still a 3+. Odds are in his favor that he's going to make that dodge. It's like multiple times the Orks had the opportunity to stop that play. Or at least make the recovery far more difficult than it was. So, this whole touchdown shouldn't have even happened. There's a chance that the ball might have even gone out and been redirected for him to pick up and be up 1. So... Okay. Let him finish setting up. Okay. Let's go with it. But let's take a look at this. What is this setup? So, what we've... Well, I really don't like my camera zoomed in the way it is. Set it back the way it normally is. Come on. Okay. So, so normally putting a guard in here, not a bad thing. The problem is that it's not doing anything. You're 2 dice already. You're strength 4 on a bunch of strength 3 pieces. You know, you're good there. Come on, give me the skills back. Thank you. So these blitzers aren't really doing anything. They have at least the potentially unintentional benefit of being forward on the line. You are under a bit of a time crunch to try to tie this whole thing back up. And this dwarf setup is all kinds of bonkers. Thankfully the AG4 stayed out. You know, you've got your runners here in the back, but it's got troll slayers that are uneven. The blitzers off to one side and further back. I don't understand what the thought process is here, but you know, you have the opportunity here to abuse the dwarves' lack of speed. And with that, you can choose a side and try to run down that side. So, your best bet is probably honestly to run down this side. Thing is that if you're going to be running down this side, you want to stay away from Frenzy. On top of that, the Troll Slayers have the Dauntless. These are things you don't want being in the field of play for as long as possible. So, if you stack a couple blitzers here, and like a lineman here, the lineman can run through, be your markup, or even you don't even have to go this far because this guard's going to be a nuisance. Just blitz the guard. So, like I said, move a lineman, say here, go ahead and blitz from the corner, go ahead and shove them out of the way. You've got a black orc that can go and punch them there. You've created a nice little window here for you to go ahead and set up your cage back here. So, is it nice spot here where you can park a standard 5-person cage without being marked by any of the dwarves. If you wanted to go, if this side goes fairly successfully, you can shove a blitzer up in here to try to be more of a nuisance. Try to block off these players from getting over to where the real play is. Not bad. But instead, you've got a black orc here that's going to be out of the play. Well, not out of the play, but he's not going to do anything this turn. He could potentially come over here and try to occupy these two pieces, but to what end? When the Dauntless is right there, he's going to smack you anyways. These linemen aren't really doing anything. If you're going to put pieces in the backfield, you want to put them back here to help you recover the ball in case it goes super deep in one of these back corners. These, of course, aren't doing that. The other thing is to try to help create cutoffs to make sure on a blitz or something your opponent isn't able to just run through it. But you've already got that covered. So what are these two long linemen doing? So, like I said, this feels very slapped together without a whole lot of thought put into it. I don't know. So this keeps happening, and so far, if there's one big takeaway from this, and I'm sure I've told this to Iceblade before, it's don't leave guard pieces unmarked. It doesn't matter if you knock them down. That's even more reason why you keep them next to your assist piece. It means they're not going anywhere. On top, this one in particular is now standing at one of your 4 corners to where you want to cage up the ball back here. So if he was here, he would be out of the way, and you wouldn't have to worry about any of this. So, the other slight improvement here is this lineman should have been the one to act as an assist. Your blitzers are more valuable than your linemen, even if that lineman's already got block. Your blitzers move 6. They're more valuable. So, let the lineman do the assisting. Let your blitzers run back here and start forming the cage for you. See, and this follow-up I don't actually like. This piece, he's going to stand up, he's going to be marked by the black orc. He doesn't need someone to necessarily follow up. But what we've done is, now this block has to succeed in order to run anything up in this side. Whether you want to have a secondary receiver run down here, or you know you want to go apply pressure to these runners, you've kind of cut yourself off just by following up here. So thankfully you rolled the defender stumbles there. See, again, you're cutting off your own pockets. If you pushed them here, you know, your black orcs are doing their job. They're occupying your opponent's dwarves. But now you're here. Now, again, if you try to move this blitzer anywhere down here with this buddy, you've cut him off. So now he has to go over here, which is a less efficient pathing. So, because you've got the black orc in the way. So, you are up against the clock here. Go ahead and move up here. There's no reason not to move up there. So, the Dwarves recognize the two threats, these leading threats, and, you know, he blocked one, he tried to blitz the other. Perfectly fine for what you did. Again, if you had set up a cage here and had another blitzer run downfield over here as an extra receiver, he's probably going to have to commit his blitz over here, then he's going to have limited resources to block this cage that will have had, you know, a lineman or a blitzer here in the middle, two blitzers leading the charge. Yeah, so what do you do now? You've got 2 turns left, which means you need to be here. Preferably with the ball, but if you at least got receivers, then you have a chance. So, this guy is a bit fucked right now. This one, not so much. If you can manage to free him up, you're golden. Unfortunately, you've got 2 guys marking him, so odds of that are pretty slim. But let's get these dice out of the way. So I don't mind the black orc doing his job, you know, clearing the way. Got a blitzer here to go and do something. So, I wouldn't mind if this blitzer now came around to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll be an assist for this blitzer to hit there, put the dwarf there, and potentially run off. You can come up with the thrower and make that pass play, helping to cut off these players here. So the big thing is that this piece does have guard, so you're probably going to need to free up one of these guys and throw this block. So likely this blitzer will be able to move on up. Probably not there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Easy enough once this block is done. So, sees that he's freed up blitzer. Okay. Interesting tactic there. You threw a blitz and it did nothing for you. Seriously, it does nothing for you. no, this Blitzer is not in any better position to run away if he wants to go back to being a passing target. He's not in a position to throw a better block. He's not more likely to hold his ground next turn. This Troll Slayer is now free to blitz you back. Uh, this was a pretty bad blitz. So that was not worth re-rolling. That was not worth the re-roll. So what happens? You go down. So what? So what? It's a Longbeard that's still in the tackle zone. That has no friends that are going to be able to free him up from that tackle zone. The best case scenario is he makes a 4+ dodge. So 1, 2, 3, 4. GFI, GFI for a 1-die blitz. You know, not impossible, not likely. And with the push that you end up getting, again, 4+ dodge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go, go. I guess he's now out of range, but 2, 3, 4. Go, go. He could tie him up. He made 2 dodges. He's now no longer able to potentially hit your thrower, but he's still not a huge threat. 1, 2, 3, 4, go, go. This guy can still wrap around. Yeah, I would rather just have to reroll for whoever's going to receive the ball. Again, I will put the blitzer here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That way he's an easy reception point for the ball. There's no difference between these two squares. But at least he recognized that he needed to get away from here because he wasn't doing anything here now. And that this was a major weak spot in your loose cage. Okay. There's the reroll. Okay, you got block. Alright. Get out of the way, turn 8. This Blackwork just stood up. Guess it's not the worst call in the world. So, obviously this should be your target to get the ball to. The question now is, how do you make that a reality? The best scenario I am seeing is Vodka hits this Longbeard, 2 dice, free up this lineman. He throws the blitz here to get him off your ball carrier, and I think that might be all he needs to do there. Yeah, because this Blackwork just stood up. Let me take that back. Because that's a 1 die, because it's the guard. You hit there. You would need both of these to be pals in order to free up this lineman. But this lineman would be able to hit here and then run over to assist this. The other option is to try to hit this Troll Slayer and free him. Or no, I'm well, not really overcomplicating things, but you can free up either of these guys with the Blitz and risk the pass, which you're looking at a 4+ pass because you're in a tackle zone. So, but I don't know. You've got a couple options here. Your first 2 blocks are probably going to make or break your options. So, do you get knockdowns or do you get pushes? So you gotta push, which means that this is now a 1 die. If this were 2 dice, then again you've got a really solid route to get the ball over here. But okay, but you got knockdown over here. That does now allow this lineman quite a bit of room. So now he can blitz here and then run over here for the assist on this block. And now you've got, if that's a push and that's a push, you're golden out. This was a critical knockdown. No, 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 no. Now you fucked yourself. Now this blitz has to be a knockdown instead of it being a push, because he is going to be forced to this spot. This block did nothing for you. Nothing at all. You lucked out, you got the knockdown. Okay, got the handoff. Alright. So you're 1-1. Wasn't clean, but you managed to pull it off. Your dice held up. Alright, that KO has remained knocked out twice now, which is massive. You now have 8 turns to do a grind with a player advantage, with an agility piece off the field. This should be prime Orc season. High kick to boot, put your thrower under the ball. Alright. All you need to do is just start driving the make the Orc line and just start pushing forward 1 square at a time. Grab that ball and cage up. This should be the easiest half in the world. No, don't go mark him. There's no point in marking him. You just gave him a free block back. Don't be doing that. So, maybe go ahead and move this lineman back here just because this blitzer is so open. You know, it's not going to be the worst thing on the road. Maybe don't even mark the ball, but just kind of floating back here. Moving back 5 here. Just laterally across. Just so he is able to intercept this player if he decides to get bowled. Okay. Can you stop stealing my camera? Okay, he's having to throw 1 dice. It's always a good sign when dwarves have to throw 1 die blocks. Okay. So yeah, go ahead and stand up. You know, he only got pushes over here. Not a big deal. So if you can go ahead and have, well, that's not your safest block. Where's your safest block? Probably right here. So, like I said, start driving these dwarves back. Keep an eye on the ones that have already fallen over. And you should be golden still. That didn't need to happen. Like I said, you've got a block two die block here that's actually going to drive dwarves backwards. Throw this one. If it frees up this black work, he can throw the 2-eye block and start driving. If not just driving orcs back, but driving them off the field, even fucking better. Why are we not following up? Why are we not following up? You need to make progress. That's how you make progress. Again, why are we not following up? You got a couple stuns on top of it. Imagine you followed up. The ball could be just that much deeper. Awesome. Now you've got a 2-player advantage. Get out of the way. Alright? So, the big thing is your ball's finally caught up with the rest of the team. You haven't made a whole lot of progress. You have at least cleared a player off the pitch. That's always nice. You've got a nice little pocket here where you've got seldom a dwarf in your way. All you need to do is hit this longbeard. So, go and have your blackwork do his job, take the free hit. You know, if you can, probably still head him towards the sideline. You know, if you need to follow it with a blitz, you follow it with a blitz. You've got 2 players here. You can free. Well, presumably he would throw a blitz after you free him up with this blackwork. Got blitzer and the thrower that could all run over here. You've got a really nice cage you can set up right over here. Again, why are we moving the guard? Don't move the guard's a skill where you shouldn't be moving it until you know where you need it. And you don't need it here. He had a 2-die block just on the black orc alone. He had friends as well. If anything, you're trying to free up that friend. And the guard just isn't doing anything. So, now instead of pushing players off to the sideline, now you're stuck trying to clear the entire wide zone. So, here at least, there's a lot of dwarves on the ground. You can at least say that much. Dwarves are on the ground and dwarves are not punching you. Okay, 1-die POW. He's due for one of those. Okay. See, these runners they're not doing anything. They're so far away from where the ball is that they've effectively taken themselves out of play. So, here's the problem. You have no concept you have no goal in mind this turn. And it really shows. You are hitting dwarves every which way. Just whatever you spot, you're throwing that block, regardless of the context of that block. Yeah, you're up. You've got a 2-player advantage on the pitch, and you've got 2 players that have removed themselves from the scrum entirely right now. And this should have been a fairly straightforward turn for you. So, what do you have here? You see him way overcommitting these players way off in the distance. So, you can either stay the course, move the ball up here, throw a block, throw some blocks and free up a blitzer, come start forming the cage again. You've got this black orc that can hit that longbeard, you free up the lineman. Again, keep pushing forward along here. Or, he's pulled a lot of players from this side. You can start creating the cage over here. So if you're gonna do that, he can throw that block, push the dwarf in there, keep him nice and tucked with the rest of your orcs, no big deal. This one can hit a longbeard over in this direction. Now you've created yourself an opening to run the ball through. That'll allow this lineman to hit here, or this lineman can start punching this blitzer and again start driving them towards the end zone. Start moving people out of your way. Instead, you have this dwarf that goes back towards center field in a way. He goes into the middle of the scrum, sure, but you start punching you put his guard back in the middle of everything, which is exactly where he wants to be. You know, this blitzer starts getting driven back towards the rest of the team too. Like, it's fine to drive everyone together if they're already super clumped up, because then you've got the whole of the rest of the field to turn around. But that's not the case here. You've basically got this this like weird tilted wedge where everything's kind of mixed in together, and you need to break it. You either need to go around one side, or you need to snap it in half and start moving everything out of the way. So, like I said, this starting block, excellent. You gotta push, whatever, you follow through. You know he's not going to go anywhere now. Go ahead and stand that up. But, like, why is he driving him back here? Why is this lineman not throwing the block, potentially freeing up a blitzer? You hit a guy and accomplished nothing, and instead redirected him away from what should be your goal. So, if this lineman had thrown the block, you at least have the possibility of freeing up this blitzer. Whether this blitzer, comes over here to help, or runs downfield and you just decide, fuck it, we're going to do another Ork ball exchange game. But instead, he throws the block and you get nothing for a reward there. Sure, you got a stun, but that could have been fucking anywhere. So, I don't mind moving the guard in. The guard helps make sure that all these things are tied up here. So, it freed up a black work. That's all fine and dandy. Are you going to move the black work up here and try to charge forward, challenge these runners? No, that's not what ends up happening here. So now this black work is shoving him here. Why? Yeah, it would have been a one-die block here, but if you just move the ball back center field, then you've got the assist. You've also got this black work that you just freed up. He could come over here, make sure that's a two-die block. But now you've got this weird dwarfness in the middle of the field here, and you've set yourself up so that next turn, he's still not really going to go anywhere. He's going to be in the center of the field. You have dwarves everywhere. They're like termites. So you had a blitz. This could have been a blitz. Again, if you move an assist over, you punched a guard, but you just punched a guard into the middle of things. They are still dwarves. Yeah, you've had some good luck. You've gotten some good stuns. You got a couple good removals, but that's just the number of the dice. That easily could have happened to you. The only difference is that he's playing a weird style that dwarves are not really suited for, and you're able to at least make use of the number of blocks he's throwing your way. So instead you call this the blitz. Again, I'm not sure what would be the purpose. Assuming you got the knockdown, where do you go with this black work? You've got 3 movement from this space. Was it to go tie up a runner? I don't know. Because up until this, your whole turn has just been blocks for the sake of blocks. And you have this other black work here that could have actually used the blitz to get another hit on these dwarves. So, a bit inconsistent there. So he's at least sealing up the wide zone, but you just run the ball away from that wide zone. So what's up? Let me see who's messaging me. World Cup stuff. So he's way overreacting to your ball movements. Another double skull there. You really lucked out there. Alright. So what can you do? Well, thankfully, because of the double skulls here, you've got an opening here. Yeah, sure, runners are sorta in the way, but you move only 5. They fucking run up here. Challenge them. What are they going to do? They're runners. Bring it. You know, you've got a free blitzer over here that can definitely come help cover the ball. You've got a line orc here with block that's also free to help open up the ball, or protect the ball. And presumably you should be able to free up one of these players to move along as well. So my suggestion would be to go ahead and move this blitzer to wherever you want to do it. Whether he's going to come and mark a runner or just come and help form a cage. Either one. But do that and then have this black orc go ahead and throw a block. See if you can free up the blitzer. If you get the push, well, now you know to avoid him. If you get the knockdown, even better, this blitzer can come over, you know, throw the blitz on this runner if you marked him for an assist, or again, form the other pillar of the cage. So this line arc can come form the bottom corner, and you've got a nice 3 points to cover your cage. That's not even factoring this guy in. Mostly because I have no idea what to do with him at this point. Okay, again, throwing blocks for the sake of blocks first. These blocks don't matter at all. You had an opening already. Okay. Again, be conscious of where you're going, where you're putting your people. Because now, this cage is no longer an option. You just put a guard piece fucking in the middle of where you're going to be looking to cage. Even if he just stands up and you do a small 3x3 cage here, he's still marking just by standing up. So okay, that did nothing. Like, seriously, what is this line orc doing? Why is he only moving 1? He should be moving to full 5. No, you've got time, but you're already halfway through the half. Okay, again. Got another removal. That's both Troll Slayers off the pitch. Okay, ball's in relative safety. Didn't blitz at all this turn. I don't know why this blitzer is here getting marked by the guard and not, you know, 1 square forward. Okay. Alright, I don't mind this. Get rid of the guy on your ball carrier immediately. A-okay with that. Okay. So that was 3, 4. That's fine. You're now occupying 2 pieces. Not a problem. Move the ball. Move the ball 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Not a problem. You know, you don't even have to go all the way over there. Measure out your blorks. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if your blorks go there, this one can get to there. This 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. You put the ball right there. You're within scoring range. This is your only concern here. But if this blitzer throws a block here, you've got a second follow-up block there if need be. Should be easy. Or you can form a caged error, which is still in scoring range, I guess, but it's by all these dwarves. You don't want to be by all these dwarves. You've left yourself an opening here. You push over to the sideline, then he has one direction he can be going from. It helps give you reduce the amount of resources you have to devote to protecting the ball. It reduces his options as far as how he wants to approach it. But you know, again, you lucked out. You made the dodge. If you failed the dodge, you know, there's a 1-die blitz they would have had. Possibly 2 dice if you felt especially risky. Instead, it looks like he's given up. Oh no, casual 6. Ba-boom. Caught the ball with the block work. You know, why was this the blitz? Why? You had this piece that was perfectly capable of throwing a block. It would put him in the same spot, and it would end up eating your 1 blitz return. So again, priorities. Because you had the opportunity to put star player points on a black work. Because otherwise the only way they're getting it is through casualties. And instead you just want to level up a blitzer, one of the things that are most likely to get star player points, just because, you know, they're good at doing their job as blitzers. They have good ball handling, etc. Like, if you get the chance to score on a low AG piece, you take it. Unless there's a really good cause standing on the field to not do it, you take it. This black work needs to start moving over here. No. This blitzer can run downfield now after being freed up by this guy. This guy can run downfield. Like, you've got things that can come mark you. Move the black work over here, just in case bad shit happens in Blood Bowl. So, Iceblade has been extremely lucky this half. The fact that he's not used any rerolls. The Dwarves have used all of theirs. I don't know why he's... He's not even trying to stop the play. He could have. He could have ran a dwarf all the way over here, 2 GFIs to mark you, and you wouldn't have had any help getting out of that situation. You know, you're looking at a 1-die blitz, looking for push, pow, stumbles, and if you roll both down, then you're looking for a 3+ dodge. So, you know, I don't know if it's just because dwarves are pretty solid out of the box, and that's why Sammy's been doing well here in round 1, or what, but I've not been impressed by his play so far in this match. So, there's lots of things that Iceblade should have been punished for, or shouldn't have gotten away with. And some of it's been dice, but, you know, 3 failed KO rolls for this AG piece. He keeps rolling double skulls. It's like his 4th or 5th double skulls this game. Like, that should tell you something. Oh, it's the man of the hour. Yeah, it'll be up on YouTube, or it'll be here on Twitch for, what is it, 3 days or something? So, but, yeah, and that blitzer that you made the handoff play to, instead of running it with the black work, it ends up getting MVP, so you took SPP away from a black work for nothing. So, but it's why? There was no reason to it. There was a chance for failure in the ball leaving your hands, and the blitzer's going to level up eventually anyways. The blackworks are the ones that need help. So, you know, your armor held up. You didn't ever get injured, so you made that sweet 6+ catch from the bouncing ball. So, really solid dice here. So, his armor a little less impressive. So, yeah. His dodges were fantastic. But, you know, Dauntless, pretty on par. His KOs, 3 failed KO rolls on a very important piece. So, yeah. Well, the block dice, that's the big factor. 5 out of 17 skulls. Like I said, he rolled 4 or 5 double skulls in this match, which is like the only thing that's going to stop a dwarf team. So, and granted, a lot of them were 1-die skull into 1-die skull, but still, That's rough. That is a really rough set of dice. So, versus you, who got away with fucking murder. So, you know, you're missing 10 skulls here, and I'm pretty sure he stole them from you. So, at least your pushes didn't suffer. Everything else is pretty much in line outside of your skulls. But, yeah, I mean, the removal aspect, this kind of says it all. You've got how many blocks that you threw? 75 blocks to his 40. You threw almost twice as many blocks as the dwarves. And, you know, it's just a numbers game. If you throw enough dice, you'll eventually crack armor. So. But, again, sometimes it's still not worth it. Sometimes watching where you are pushing pieces and making sure that you're not leaving a guard piece left wide open, not ceding ground that should be yours. You know, there are a couple times where you should have followed up and you didn't. There are a couple times where you followed up and then you blocked your own path that you just opened up. So it's kind of the same advice that I gave to Wolfowl. You know, it's not the same degree. It's just so much as like, have a plan. If you need to move the ball somewhere, move everything else out of the way. You've got the muscle to do it. Don't just take blocks wherever you see a 2-die block. So, and when your opponent has guard, isolate that guard. Don't let it move around. So, a guard that's being marked by one orc, even if it's a big a black orc, you know, it means it's not using its skill. It's not doing its job. So, this early on in the season, that when he's only got 2 guard, that's important. So, this easily could have been a 3-0 game. So, I guess it wouldn't have been 3-0, it would be 2-0. Because he made that return touchdown in the first half. But, so that first drive was completely preventable, potentially resulting in you stealing the ball and scoring. So, but, so yeah, if we can go ahead and take a look at what your team's looking like now, because that was a bit of an older replay. You're in what division? Yeah, I guess right. Rolled a strength up on a blitzer. That's gotta be real fucking nice. Got a couple guard. Got yourself a mighty blow. I like all of this. I like what I'm seeing here. But yeah, your black orcs are lagging. Yeah, these are all real close to level. And see, this is exactly what I was saying. Like, if you got the ball on an AG2 piece, that's already stupid close to the end zone. You know, because they're not just low AG, they're low movement too. You know, you take it and you run. Take those SPP on these guys when you can. It's so critical to get them going. So, the blitzers will be fine. They'll pick up the ball, they'll get blocks. You know, they've already got the base block that these guys are trying to do to catch up to them. So, but like I said, not sure how I feel about the 12th man being a lineman. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of having a goblin on the team. I think it opens up a lot of possibilities. So the extra movement, that can be used for a floating assist with his dodge stunty. The ability to take agility skills. So, be it catch, be it make him even faster, give him sprint and sure feet. You know, it can be pretty valuable on the team. So, yeah, he's stunty. Yeah, he's lower armor and strength too. But if you play the team well, then the one goblin being out in the field will be more of an asset to the rest of your team, being able to throw reliable 2-die blocks than anything else. And you got a stadium upgrade. Oh, not only did you level it up, but you got the enhancement. So no riot or pitch invasion. It's going to be 16 turns of green orc goodness, no matter what. So I'll support it, just because those are less than they're more annoyances. If you feel like you've got the game locked up, you want to make sure that a riot doesn't turn everything on its head. Pitch invasion can really fuck up the game pretty badly too. So as opposed to what is it, the one that gets rid of get the ref and throw a rock? Like, those are just fun. Yeah. So, did your thrower have anything else? Now, your thrower's actually kind of lagging behind. But yeah, I mean, you've got wood elves in here, you've got high elves in here, you got a Skaven, even the 2 Norse. You know, he's basically reset to the Stone Age. How's this Norse team looking now? And he's got the really nice runners. But but who knows? Panda's got the worst record, I think, in the league right now. We'll see if he bounces back. High elves can definitely do that. They are elves. They can do whatever. He's got most of a roster still. So, he's got an AG 5 piece already. But, big thing is going to be these other bash teams. How do you deal against them? You know, this amazing thrower, you don't have an answer to this thrower yet. So, he's already got a goblin. His black orcs are just as behind as yours. That's a plus side. So, he's got a couple tackle. I'm not sure that I would like this tackle. I would like that to be guard, but it is what it is. Orks, dwarves. Oh, his runner got injured. Interesting. So, well, he's only 11 players, and he's now down to 10. So. So. Oh, you already played for it. Okay. Gotcha. So. Yeah. So you're well on your way. I don't think there's. Some of these are going to be fights. You're starting to come up on some AG pieces. So, you got AG4 Blodge, you got AG4 Brats here. You've got the AG4 Blodge on an Orc team. So you've got High Elves with AG5 going on. So you're going to have to really make sure that you work on that positioning against these teams. So, but yeah. Norse gave him Woody's health work. That's not bad. You'll be able to potentially beat up some Norse and get some level ups going. So the Skaven can pop off. This is the better Skaven roster. So he's got a natty already locked and loaded. He doesn't have any guard yet. I find that interesting. I would have gone guard on one of these Storm Vermin. But so the Woodies are of course bashed up to all hell. He went double. Wow, he popped off in some of these skills. Rolled a double. Roll strength up. Cause fuck it, I guess. So strip ball is annoying, but you've got the thrower, so that's why you take the thrower. But like I said, all these are very defeatable matches for you. You just gotta come in and be ready to play like a real coach. So, sounds like Vort's got the easy job then. But so, all right. That's gonna be it for tonight. Let's see. I already played my match yesterday for the week, so and I don't know how that's going along for everyone else. We got 2 more matches to get played, so we'll go ahead and roll that whenever we get around to it. This is all we've got. We got BBPN. We might get some more tabletop simulator practice matches going at some point during the week, but until then, Nuffle, bless your dice.